Okay, so guys, the best way to get a dog army is first you want. This is part two of getting your no part three. Anyways, the best way to get your dog army is so basically. No, you can always have the chunks higher. So these are like 4 chunks. I'm gonna bring the dogs over here. Now, if they're in the range of this, they're gonna spawn. So this dog army will always, and I mean always, long as they're in this chunk area, they will always spawn with me. They will always be with me, no matter what. When I drop myself in one place, they will literally follow me to the end. Does not matter where, they will follow me. Long as they're in these 4 chunks. And you're probably saying, one is enough for making. So if you have a very high MP thing, you can go up to, if you're simple, you can go up to 93 chunks. Your probably best bet is to probably fill this. Entities aren't, like when you have a ton of entities, you probably are cooked, but if you buy, let me show you if, um, one of the people I'm gonna, some of them are gonna fight with, yeah, the blaster behavioral pack. Yeah, the reason why is when you get in a battle, you're just gonna be seeing this, like 60. That's just really annoying, and plus, each one actually has a simple, because the normal wolves will just follow you, while the warden wolves will always have the main attacker. They are not as aggressive as the normal wolves, but like, when they are in a big herd, they can do damage. Their DPS can be high. Once you start, overall, they do a lot of less. If you have the end update, like that's the only way you're surviving. But it has to be like easy god sets. But you're taking 2 hearts of damage, so it is like the only reason why you're gonna probably survive that. But yeah, but if they don't, but if you're in the battle, like I can get in the. If I get rid of a couple of things, I'm ready to PvP. Like, that's what people don't understand. Once you get rid, and you're probably saying, how do you do this? Well, if you have the World Essentials, you can get one of these chunk loaders, or if you have something 10 chunk load, or we get chunk loading, you can, because this chunk is always loaded, and wolves actually have no limit in Bedrock where they will follow you. I just learned this a couple of days ago. We're not. Oh yeah, why not work? What about a mace? Or like instant damage pot? Now there are some ways to kill wolves on Bedrock Edition. Well, I'm gonna fight my friend with this while they have Neverite armor. But you're saying you're making yourself weak. But with this army, there's only a couple ways to really kill them. It's with the Seth Dominant, a free add-on, Orbital Strike Cannons. Yeah, you can use TNT. TNT is pretty decent. But you're gonna need a lot of it, and pretty much not a lot of people bring in fight. Yeah, you could use the mace, but it's gonna be so slow. And the mace is just not gonna work on the wolves, only you, and like, to be honest, if the person is like macing left, or and if he has the orbital strike cannon, he has nothing to worry about. And but you're both having orbital strike cannons. Oh yeah, the dogs won't survive. It's just so much DPS. The dogs do not. They're not like normal wolf, like Java wolves. I do hope they do get buffed. Like that would make it very nice. No, they're just weak overall. And I do hope they do buff it. But yeah, I would say my Orbital Strike Cannon is probably stronger than Wumbu's. But he has his nuke shot. Now I hope someone makes the nuke shot also. But yeah, I think I have a kind of better slap shot. Mine does not do let me kind of explain what my snapshot kind of does. It's it's like a TNT blast, but like if you do get hit in the middle, oh yeah, you easy pop. But you can spam the thing, not like Wumbu's. I would say Wumbu's actually has a better spamming one. Actually, but if I say it, I think it's a better cool. It's a better, you don't need to clean it, but that's the only, like, good thing about it, I would say. Now you're probably saying, why do you need so many dogs? Well, not to crash my friend's game. This would probably crash his game, no. What I want, actually gonna go charge my headset. I'm probably make one of my friends probably fight them. I'm probably gonna make someone fight them with Neverite armor. And you're probably saying, this down bad if you have this enough, this will probably kill a new player. This will, if they're decent at PvP, but only decent, no, it's not gonna be, for some reason, single player is just the least laggiest for some reason. But when you start getting into multiplayer, it can get insanely laggy. This can really lag up a game. And but if your game also has a mechanic also where like they have like an orbital strike cannon or like something like to like debuff wolves. I can't. The best I could tell you is if it's like this thing does not have if like they have the crafting and they can't put mending, but they can put on breaking or something, or it has long use, or they have a lot of it, but it's not unlimited and they have to refuel it, of course. When they either lose it, like if it's a normal, but and they have to reload it, kinda in some way. That's a really great time to put them in a box. Cause right now, if they're a mace user, cause I'm a mace orbital strike in, I'm, I have, I'm a pretty decent mace user. Plus with wolves, plus with orbital strike here, I thought, and I don't need Neverite armor. Actually, I feel like Lug Leg. No, I want them to bring Lug Leg back. I want them to bring Lug Leg back for one reason. That man, okay, if I was an unstable SMP and I want to make a King's Arc, I would make Wumbu as heck as. I would give him four. I was thinking if I'm a person unstable, or like I'm an editor, or I have a brain idea. My idea is to make Wumbu very overpowered in this, and make him very, because this would make him very overpowered for Spoke. So right now, what they need to do is make him as very overpowered. Give him Flame and Wumbu will always be team. I want them to team up, but also practice duels. This would make it where they will always team up, but it would always make sense. And they can always split up for always trying to get better. So it will always, so it's not always fixed on it. You know what I mean? And they can always do a way. Yeah, about Spoke. I want Spoke to be the new X-Wing. To be honest, I actually want him to be. Wumbu needs to be more powerful, but I will tell you why. What's about to happen on Sable? He needs to be more overpowered. It's not a want, well, it's kind of want for me. But what I'm guessing is they want to make Wumbu as much as powerful. I want the Orbital Strike Cannon's mass destruction. What's making him lacking, and I feel like they have the last Farlingham's thing got destroyed, but he forced someone to build him a new one. He found a new orbital strike cannons built with thousands, plus with chunk eaters going in the rows, and find the stash of nuclear power. And how he would soar in the far lands. Because that's why I feel like Ludwig was doing. Why would he be in the far lands? Man has... No. Why was he in Diamond having God Apples? Well, no, think about for a second. Why was Ludwig... If you really think about it, Most of his friends were in Neverite armor. Why did he leave? He had orbital strike cannons. He had so much. He know where to go. I know for lore, but he had god weapons. He did not need to stay in the farmlands. The farmlands, even if you could get to it, the farmlands are so huge. And they all look the same. And he probably lived there. And it was highly unlikely he got trapped. Even if he was the original founder, it was highly unlikely he got lost in the farmland. And plus there was portals, so it was very highly unlikely he got trapped in the farmland. And then also another thing is, it was very unlikely they were trapped. Now my question, we know why the first people there. The noodle guy, he was kind of like the defender. The fire guy, I don't know, he was just something. Then one of the other guys was just the builder. And then the other guy was basically the leader. But why was Lugley there? Why? That's what we didn't understand. That's the one dumb thing about Wembu. He's not smart. But yeah, orbital strike cannons. But yeah. But overall, what do I think? Well, Wembu is pretty good at macing, so it's highly unlikely. He needs to repair. But how do you make a person rich? We know the Tomb of the Mafia is very overpowered. But it's highly unlikely they got, like, everything. Do you know how much is in a world? Even if you had 10,000 players, it would still take you years. Not even 2B2T is fully looted, probably. So it's highly unlikely. Like, and the Nether Dimension still very not looted. They looted it. No, we know they looted a lot, but in a different. They probably looted one of the outer areas, near to the outer areas. How it seemed, because it's early on, and then they kind of just probably kept with it. So so there's still a ton of Netherite left. We know that. Plus, with some research, someone did went onto the server and went to get Netherite armor, and it did not even take that long. So we know it does not take long. Yeah, but it's all about lore and plot. But yeah, and why do I want Wembu to be the god of nukes? It's simple. If he becomes Moreover, he's the strongest player. It is like Wambu said, it does not matter how much better he gets, he can't defeat an unstable lord. He probably could. He has the mace, but now Flame has a mace and it seems like he is getting trained in the mace. So it's highly unlikely that's gonna happen. So my other speculation is he's probably gonna get trained by a pro, probably not Marlowe, highly unlikely. We might see It's Real Me, like people have said, or we might just see anybody, like anybody skilled with a Elytra Mason. But again, they don't fall high tier 1, but I will say they're probably gonna get someone probably a decent about like tier 2, probably. Or someone good with their maces. Oh yeah, but who do I feel like the unstable videos will die? No, they get a ton of views. Now, am I afraid for what's gonna happen? Most likely. So, if somehow Wembu was watching this, crazy if he did. But what he probably means, if someone's watching this and they talk to Wembu, let me tell you my opinion what Wembu should do. Most of it's not scripted, so why not just make him, like I said, make sure like he's finding someone to get him, but he finds the reason of the relic of one of the reasons why he goes back to the farm, why it's glitchy. But he controls the power. So he knows who goes in the Farlands. He can control who goes in the Farlands, so the law. Because I think that's what. So why would Lugleg be there? And they could do weird things, you know what I mean? Like, how was he? Lugleg, why was he there? He was like the undead army. I feel like, okay, let me tell you why I think is happening. There's gonna be another glitch area. There's certain areas are glitched in the Farlands. People have not explored far in the Farlands. But why? Because I think Lugleg opened it. Because why didn't... So why has no one explored the Farlands and why have we not found it? Only for plot development. But if they actually want to go with real lore, and there's the main reason, I'm probably saying because Lugleg and the original founders, but probably Lugleg found a way to keep people out. But he knew Wanbu, because Sen brought him here, and he sent it. He thought it was nothing, but so many people brought it, he thought it was probably, oh, just a nuisance. So he just went AFK. Then they came here, and then he woke him up, telling him, and then he pointed, or he just saw them and said they're in his domain, and he really wanted to fight and see if Wanbu was the right chosen one. That could have been one of the main reasons, and that would be insane plot lore. And then Luglig comes back with the ruins because he's saved, and we see Luglig again, and he tells Wanbu he will be the god of the oral cannons. That would probably be insane lore for a Minecraft server, and I could definitely see that happen, and I think that would be pretty fun in lore. But they could just make a really great thing. They could just make they can make him extra overpowered, and he can create orbital. He can make new orbital cannons and make new snapshots. And that would be insane plot lore. Make him the god of orbital strike cannons. I'm gonna stop this because I have to do part 2.